on my own, chewing on a bone, 1,000 million miles through the sun. Yeah, somewhere right between the eyes, I'm free to be wherever wherever I'm choosing, I'll set these finding ones. Today is gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized we not to do. Oh, Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by.
Going folks, this is Wayne Art back with another lesson and something a little bit different today. If you are a big Oasis fan like me, I'm going to show you some essential Oasis chords. You know, there's jokes going around, oh, Noel only knows 4 chords, and I always say to those people, alright, you take those 4 chords, you write a song that can be sung, you know, in a football terrace. It's sort of a timeless song. You know, you could compare a lot of Noel songs to a lot of the Beatles classics. They'll still be around in 100 years from now. Absolutely amazing songs. Yes, he does use a lot of the same chords, particularly on his solo stuff as well. But the great thing with Oasis songs is, you know, most of them are sort of quite easy to play. So if you're at a sort of beginner level, you know, you'd be able to get quite a lot of Oasis songs. So I'm going to show you some sort of essential Oasis chords. Learn these chords, you'll pretty much, well, you'll be able to cover all those songs that I did in the intro, plus quite a lot more as well. And I've covered all of those lessons, you know, in past tutorials, if you want to go over and check those out. Now, if you want these chords, I'm going to put them up. Obviously, I'm going to show you in the lesson, but if you want to see them visually, I'm going to post them all up on my Patreon page. So there'll be a link to that in the comments, also a link in the description below. And the way that that works, you just sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month or however much you can afford. It's all very much appreciated, and it goes towards paying for these lessons, the research, you know, the filming, the editing. It's very time consuming, this, so it's just a way of you guys giving something back. But not only that, you get access to all the regular stuff that I do, you know, the song lessons, the chords, the lyrics and the strumming patterns are up there. There's also, if you're into your scales, and there's a few riffs up there as well. There's a lot of stuff that I've quite posted up, you know, well over 100 things now. So if you want to go over and check that out, like I say, there's a link in the description, a link in the comments. Thanks everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. If you are subscribed, the further way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there. And if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne R Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok, as you always say. I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so I'll just point out that my guitar is in standard tuning, and I'm going to show you all these chords that you use. So, okay, so if you're familiar with the song Wonderwall, take a lot of the Wonderwall chords. You can play a lot of those songs like Talk Tonight, whatever, even though it has got some different chords in the bridge. But, you know, you'll get the idea that you can play a lot of the Oasis songs. Even stuff like Don't Look Back in Anger, the way that Noel plays them now, Slide Away by G7th Capo, he uses a lot of these chords. So what Noel tends to do is keep 2 fingers, that's your 3rd and 4th finger, on the 3rd fret on the top E and the B string, and they all sort of stay on around these chords, okay? So it gives you this lovely full chiming sound. So the first chord is an E minor 7th, okay? So we're going to leave those fingers on, and we're basically going to do an E minor chord. So what I've got my 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the A, my 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret on the B, little pinky, 3rd fret on the top E string, okay? So that's the first chord. The second chord is the 4-finger G, so you can see I'm still leaving those 2 fingers on at the bottom there, and I'm playing a 4-finger G, you know, rather than the standard 3-finger G, you know. Noel tends to use that 4-finger G a lot, okay? The next one is a D sus4, so again we're leaving those 2 fingers on. We basically take a regular D chord, but you're just going to add, you know, the little pinky on the 3rd fret on the top E string. Okay, and the next one is an A7 sus4, so again we're leaving those 2 fingers on the E and the B string. 1st finger is going to go on the 2nd fret, that will be on the D string. You can also play an A sus4 by, you know, sometimes Noel will leave the 2nd finger, that will be on the 2nd fret on the G. But on Wonderwall, it's definitely the A7 sus4, okay? So those are the sort of 4 essential Oasis chords that are used in loads of songs. So obviously Wonderwall, exact same progression as I've just shown you. So you've got the E minor 7, G, D sus 4, A7 sus 4. Okay, and the other chord is a C add 9. So Noel tends to use that one a lot. So still keeping those two fingers on the B and the top E string. And basically it's a little bit like the G, but I've basically moved my top two fingers down. So my second finger is on the 3rd fret on the A string. My first finger is on the 2nd fret, that would be on the D string. Okay, so like say loads of songs, Morning Glory is another one. Now another chord that Noel tends to use a lot is a B7. Okay, but instead of playing the regular B7 where we have the little pinky, you know, on the 2nd fret on the top E string, he usually takes the little pinky off and it gives us a slightly different sounding sort of B7 chord. So that's another one that Noel tends to use a lot. And you know, like I say, there's loads of songs that use these chords. If you learn these chords, get all these chords down, like I say, if you want to see them visually, they're up on my Patreon page. It's going to open quite a lot of Oasis songs up. So if you are an Oasis fan, you know, these are the essential chords to get down. So again, we've got the E minor 7th, we've got the 4-fingered G, we've got the D sus 4, we've got the A7 sus 4, or the A sus 4, and we've got the C add 9. And the other one I threw in there was the B7 chord. Okay, so learn those and then have a look at some of my Oasis tutorials. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you all dug that. Like I say, this lesson is aimed mainly at beginners. If you just started on guitar and you're an Oasis fan, I mean, who isn't? I know Oasis are a bit more mighty. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like them because I know, you know, Noel and Liam are quite arrogant. But I really like that. I'm proud enough to say I was there right from the beginning. One of the first gigs I saw was back in the day, Oasis at Trenton Gardens, just before they released the Morning Glory album, before they were really, really famous. And never ever forget that gig. What an amazing night that was. So ever since then, I've been a huge Oasis fan. And, you know, not only that, he's sort of still capturing a fresh generation with Liam doing his solo stuff, Noel doing his solo stuff. You know, there's a young generation out there. A lot of my students still like to learn Oasis songs, and I think they're great for sort of beginners as well. This is why I thought I'd throw this lesson in there. I know I've covered a lot of the Oasis songs, a lot of the solo stuff as well, so if you are new to guitar, you know, these are the essential chords to get those songs down. So like I say, hope you dug that. If you have got any requests for any Oasis, Liam or Noel songs that I haven't covered, I have done quite a lot of them, or anything 50s to modern day in general that's going to work on an acoustic or an electric guitar within reason. So the easiest way is to obviously put a request in the comments below, or if you want to find me a personal message over through social media on those platforms I suggested at the start of the video, you're very welcome to. I just always point out that I do get quite a lot and I do have to handpick them a little bit, but don't let that put you off. Please do keep your requests coming, because that's what keeps this channel going. Another thing that keeps this channel going, I'll quickly mention it again, if you are subscribed, thank you very much. But a further way you could help me out is hitting that little notification bell that's somewhere down there. Also the Patreon thing, sorry to keep banging on about it, but if you want to get access to the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns and the chords to this lesson that you can print off and keep, you know, sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month, however much you want to pay. It's all very much appreciated. So there's a link to that in the description, a link in the comments. Another way that you can help out, I always say word of mouth is a powerful thing, so if you dig what I do, please like and share my videos, tell your friends, tell your work colleagues, anyone, you know, plays a guitar, please point them in my direction. And that just leaves me to say, whatever time of day it is you're watching, whether it be morning, day, night, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all for lesson very soon. Take care.